Okay, guys, so welcome everyone. It's nice to be here. And actually, this webinar has been prepared by both a weekly fasting group and dry fasting group. So we are big international groups operating on WhatsApp, and you can find more information about it below this video. Now, today, actually, we have a really special presentation because Frederick is with us. He's coming from Kenya. Hello, Frederick. Good evening.
Hello. Yeah.
And Frederick has opened recently a whole center where he delivers dry fasting programs. Now, first of all, Frederick, I really want to congratulate you. I really admire your work. And to tell you the truth, I didn't believe it would come true, because I remember the stage when it was just your idea, and now, it takes place in our physical universe. So I'm really happy about that. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
and and we are going to talk more later on about the center, how to get there, what kind of programs it delivers and stuff like that. But for now, Frederick, I would like to know more about your vision in regards to this particular center. What's your ideal scene? What's your vision about it? How it can contribute to our society, to the health of our society, to the spiritual development, to the physical development of mankind. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we've found a place where people can come and have solace just with themselves. Silence, I've been calling silence wisdom all these years. That when you have a place where you can be quiet away from family, just away from hustles in the city lifestyle, away in the environment here, with the nature. So we have a place where you will rest, but then that is the place we are calling the center. But then there are places nearby hills that you go hiking. We have also downhill. We have the valley where we have streams of water flowing, rivers. But up in the cool environment up there so that you can just go and cool yourself there and sit in the nature. Nature also brings healing anyway. We know that exactly. So this is a place where you can come. It is very easy. We are not far away from Kisumu International Airport. It's that 30 minutes drive from Kisumu International Airport where we are. We also have a driver ready for any guest that is coming from abroad or from within the nation. If you're using the airport, if you have to use the airport, we are going to come for you. Then we bring you to the center in a way. But it's just in Maseno. Maseno is in Western Kenya, and in the exact spot where we are, there is a university. We are surrounded with hospitals. There's a hospital around here. We are surrounded in the center itself is surrounded with almost every other thing that you think you may need outside the time of fasting. Yeah, because we have very nice, even in the center itself, we have very well mall area where people can even do walking on the dew in the morning when you feel like you need to absorb that dew in the morning. You have a place where you can walk very well, very green grass. Trees are everywhere here, environment very clean. Even the air you are breathing very fresh. But that is just the place where you will be resting. Then the nature I've already talked about. So this is a very good thing. And then the other thing is you're not going to get distractions from people who it's not like a social place where you're going to interact with some people that are going to give you trouble. This is a place where we don't have things like music, loud music, unless there's a function which almost looks almost the same as what we do. Things related maybe to church or what people can hire. There's a hall there that people do hire. Even us, when we are many, we can use the hall. So there will be nothing like distraction from the people outside, and it depends with you. No pubs around, no music, discos around, just a silent place where you have your free time to do whatever you want to do. No distractors, no place where you can eat. But this place for eating, when you come, I'll let you know how you do it. I'm the one who gives now the order. Okay, this is the time I will have this person is going to come and eat at this time when you are breaking the fast. You don't even need it until the food that we cook here or is cooked there. It's just simple, not high life food where it's going to confuse you at the time you're fasting. So there's a place for food, but we only give orders when necessary, when we are breaking the fast. It's not where, yeah, exactly.
Frederick, so tell me, please. So, has this place been built as a holiday resort or some kind of a religious community center? What kind of a place is that, or has it been
It was
originally?
built originally. It was built originally for what we call interdenominational religious functions. It is not for a particular church. It's not for any kind of like owned by any church that will be like, now we want to do
Denomination, you
our,
mean, like not any
yeah, exactly,
denomination?
yeah. It is interdenominational place where people can even, some people come for wedding functions like graduations. People have those things, small things like that for they can come and hire that and stay. And also holiday, there are people who can come and just rest. Though the main idea for this was more of a spiritual place where you can come and pray without discrimination of your religion or your denomination. Just come and stay, yeah, and pray and just pay what the charges for the lodge, and that is it. That's
Very
it.
interesting. So it's a kind of a retreat place. It has been a
It's
retreat
a
place
retreat
from the
place, or
beginning.
yeah, from the beginning. It has never. We are not changing actually the idea. That's why we really are one with them. They even feel me and how I'm working with them and what I'm doing within the center is one and the same thing. So nobody's going
Wow.
to ask you, why are you fasting here? Nobody's going to interrupt your fast. Like I've heard that there's some places where people go to fast and then they are stopped from fasting. Here, food is not a priority. If you don't want food, nobody's going to be like, you have to eat to stay here, or things like that. You have to your mount for your lodging, your place for stay. You lock your room. Then you can walk now with us in the nature. And we have a hospital nearby, a mission hospital, a very big one. You know, originally, let me give you the background about this area. This is a place where the first missionaries, when they were coming, these are missionaries that came from England. They built a mission station here in this place that I've just discovered to be a center for us also. So you see the artwork or architectural work of the English people. It's more of the design from the English people, very organized, good trees. What I can say, large compounds. You are going to even have time even you can walk in the universities. It is one of the best universities around here with the inside the environment. It's like in a forest. It's like a university in a forest. You see, so it's a place that's very cool, and you have places to walk. You have tarmac road, but though sometimes you have some places that you have. There's some when you go deeper into the nature, it's not tarmac. You will find that you have Maram Road, some places there, but you have a guide. You have, when you come here, I have a guide that is going to take you through. We also have a person who's going to go around with you in all those places that you need to be. That is always priority one. You don't walk alone around unless you request this, you want to go some far place or some other in other businesses different from the fasting. But during the fast, during the day, you have a guide, and then you also have this guide also works also as a person who does for us the massages and special massages I supervise. Then there's relaxation massages that now you just do after the walks without maybe much supervision. And then there are me and another lady. We work with part of lectures. I do the lectures. The lady does the part of spiritual nourishment. This aspect of the spiritual nourishment depends with the needs. We don't force you to be like us in faith. We don't like now. If you come and you are not a Christian, we're not going to tell you you must be a Christian. You must be converted. No, you are. So that's it. Just guide you on how to release the emotions, how to do all that. That's it. That's how we do it. So yeah, I think that's
yeah.
That's it for now.
Frederick, and tell me please, so in terms of fasting supervision, for now, are you the only one who is doing that, or you have other assistants who are trained in fasting supervision specifically?
I am the one doing, but these other people are at me. I let them know what to do exactly. All of them, they are all under me. These are the two people I'm talking about. They're actually three. This last time we only had ladies visiting, so I did not introduce them to one more man that will be helping with the gentlemen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Frederick,
yeah.
and good. And how many? So I just have two little questions, and then we will proceed to our guests. So
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, so how many fasting patients have you had so far in the center that you supervised personally?
How many?
Yeah, how many fasting patients you could care, or for people who underwent fasting programs have you had so far in the center?
In the center, yes. We only had. When they came, we were fasting alongside with them, so we were about 5 people.
About 5
and
people.
In general, all the people who help with even the work and every other thing, we were 7. Well, 7, yeah, we are 7 in total.
Okay. And have you had any international?
The other? Yeah. No, international. These people are from the nation. They were just from the city.
Kenya.
Yeah.
From Kenya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the place itself is open to everyone, right? Like everyone can
come
for, and
yeah. It's a place that is and you'll be comfortable here. Can I assure you, will be comfortable here. Exactly.
It sounds really good. And Frederick, and is the place safe to walk around just for ladies, for example, by themselves and stuff like that? What about the safety issues? Is it safe enough?
Very safe. We don't have. This is a very safe place. We don't have issues with security, but we are also not. I'm not just taking chances. So that's why I give you a guide around. But we don't have issues. And by the way, even me I just find them with their people who are doing their own other businesses. So people are used to Europeans around here. It's not something like when you come, people will be like treating you like a very strange person around or what. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, Frederick, so we'll talk more about that later on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, your connection sometimes gets interrupted. Like it is possible to understand you, but sometimes it gets interrupted. Now,
sorry.
Now, Frederick, would you love to start with your guests or with Yulia from Russia? Like, how would you like to plan this meeting of ours?
We'll finish up with Yulia, and then we will, when we are bringing the idea of Maseno again, Maseno fasting center, then we bring the other people who are in the fasting also. They can talk about their experience during that time.
Excellent, guys. So today we have a very special speaker from Russia, unrelated to Kenya, like from Russia, who has already been at our show for a few times. And now Albina wanted to present her. So Albina, over to you.
Thank you so much, guys. And I want to welcome, I do believe that Maya will be speaking a little later, right? So I would let her know.
No. Let us speak. We have allowed her to be ready.
Oh, right now.
Yeah, Maya and Yulia. So guys, I just presented her as Yulia. So I just want everyone to know that it's the same person because she has 2 names. So,
yeah. So very excited to introduce Maya. Let's just start with Maya. We'll be calling her going forward Maya because that's how she's been introduced to Russian-speaking autonomous society, and that's how you can find her more on the social media. And very special guest for me in particular because I know this person for so long. She guided me in many ways in health related, in dry fasting related, in a lifestyle that she lives, which is fascinating. She is very into autonomous lifestyle and help a lot of speakers, help a lot of people who is from the same path, which is autonomous, to get to that path easier because Maya has a wide knowledge in neuro-linguistical programming, hypnosis, and all that part that helps in a way to deal with attachments to a food. Right now, Maya is going to speak from Festival of Autonomous in Russia. It's going right now, currently. This today, I believe, was the first day, and she found time to join us and bring some knowledge to English speaking, and I do appreciate. Майя, добрый день, благодарю, что ты нашла время. Люблю и передаю Арику, он будет тебя помогать переводить.
So, guys, I will translate, Maya. Привет, Майя, давай, я буду переводить. Привет. Майя, только тебе нужно, you have to unmute yourself, Майя.
Тебе надо микрофончик.
Все, мне просто его выключили организаторы. Ага. Всем доброго времени.
So, hello, everyone.
Я, правда, сегодня не подготовила какую-то конкретную тему.
I haven't prepared any specific subject for today.
Может быть, будет подходящий формат ответы на какие-то вопросы, которые есть.
So therefore, maybe the best format would be just to have Q&A session.
Ну, если это подходящий формат и есть какие-то вопросы.
If it sounds suitable for you.
Arik, maybe it's better to just ask Maya to introduce herself quickly so we would know from her experience what she does and how she applies her knowledge to a clean days, dry fasting, autonomous days.
Да, Майя, то есть Альбина предлагает просто, поскольку у нас сегодня просто встреча немножко другого типа, потому что этот вот человек, Фредерик, он открыл свой центр в Кении по поводу там сухого голодания, вот, поэтому как бы аудитория немножко другого типа, вот, поэтому я думаю, что будет лучше, если ты просто расскажешь немножко о себе и о своем подходе именно к сухим дням, то есть без еды, без воды, к длительным этапам сухих дней, длительным периодам, просто чтобы как бы объяснить это людям, саму основу.
Значит, мой путь начался еще в детстве.
So my path began in my childhood.
В детстве у меня было сильное отравление молочными продуктами.
So I got like toxified by milk products.
И после очень часто система пищеварения просто отказывалась принимать какую-либо пищу или воду.
And after that, my digestive tract just refused oftentimes to accept any food or any water intake.
И в результате того, что я могла несколько дней, там, до 2 недель, до 3 недель находиться абсолютно без еды, без воды.
And I found myself that I could be like for 2 weeks, 3 weeks without food, without water.
При этом у меня было очень много энергии, я была очень физически активна.
And along with that, I had lots of energy. I was really active physically.
И тогда я еще не знала про депривацию сна. У меня очень-очень был маленький сон.
Yeah, but I had no idea at that time about sleep deprivation, but my sleeping time naturally was really, really short.
И мои родители переживали из-за этого, думали, может, мне нужны какие-то снотворные, чтобы я спала, чтобы моя психика могла отдохнуть.
And my parents took it really seriously. They thought maybe I needed some sleeping pills for my psyche to get rest.
И в результате этого у меня был опыт, когда я могла понять, как я, когда я вообще без еды, и как, когда я что-то употребляю, кушаю.
So this way I could gain experience what is happening in my life when I did eat something or when I didn't eat anything.
И в результате этого у меня однозначно выработалось такое предпочтение, что без еды мне намного комфортнее, приятнее, и я очень хорошо себя чувствую.
And as a result of that, I was convinced that without food, I felt much, much better, much nicer, etc.
И даже мне было интересно общаться с людьми еще до того, как они поедят.
Yeah, and actually, I even had interest to communicate with people before they took any kind of food.
Потому что когда они поели, они становятся медленными, становятся такими вялыми.
Because after they had eaten something, they became some kind of slow motion, some kind of lacking energy, stuff like that.
И даже когда я ела, в те периоды, когда я ела, это постепенно я запускала систему, у меня были очень-очень маленькие порции.
And even when I did eat, I kind of fueled my system or made my system work again. The portions themselves were really, really small.
И я замечала, что если я хочу быть эффективной, если мне предстоит какой-то экзамен, какой-то зачет, я абсолютно переставала есть.
Yeah, and I found myself every time before tests, before anything demanding some kind of activity, I would just stop eating.
И это сразу же повышало мое настроение, радость, и, конечно, я могла запоминать больший объем информации.
And immediately my mood went up, I was happier, and I was also able to remember more information.
За счет этого у меня получилось очень рано открыть свой бизнес.
And as a result of that, I was really young when I opened my business.
И сделать там достаточные успехи тоже очень быстро.
Yeah, and quite fast, I was successful in it.
Потом я уже тоже достаточно рано, лет 17, заинтересовалась NLP.
And then around the age of 17, I became interested in NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming.
Так как я попробовала все направления в психологии, какие были доступны на то время.
Yeah, by the time I had tried many or pretty much all the fields within psychology that were available at that time.
И там были самые эффективные инструменты, которые позволяли производить реальные изменения у людей.
So in NLP, I found the strongest, the most potent tools that were able to create real changes in people.
И так достаточно рано я уже стала помогать людям
So quite early, I started helping people
решать их психологические проблемы.
solve their psychological problems.
Уже с этого начался мой такой профессиональный путь.
And so we could say that my professional path started from that point.
Я тогда считала, что еда просто сокращает мышление человека, его эффективность.
So my position at that time was that food kind of contracts the thinking power of a person. So kind of shrinks thinking power of the person.
Но потом случилось очень тяжелое событие в моей жизни.
But after that, I have a very traumatic experience in my life.
Умерла моя мама.
So my mom died,
Очень рано, ей было 48 лет.
and she died in an early age. She was 48 at that time.
И причина смерти была как раз в системе пищеварения.
And the cause of her death was the very same digestive tract.
И тогда я поняла, что еда еще и может очень плохо влиять на здоровье.
And then I realized that food can affect our health in a negative way.
Меня это не сильно касалось, потому что мои порции были очень маленькие.
So it wasn't really relevant for me because my portions were really, really small.
Но мое окружение, моя семья жили обычной жизнью.
But my surroundings, my family lived a normal life.
И в тот момент я поняла, что мне нужны какие-то изменения в моей жизни.
And at that point, I realized that I needed changes in my life.
Я закрыла все свои бизнесы, продала их.
So I closed and sold all my businesses.
И перешла на стопроцентное сыроедение и уехала в Индию.
And I transitioned to 100% raw food, and I moved to India.
И там уже я практиковала сыроедение и искала практики, которые позволят повысить здоровье, энергетику, как-то, другие практики, которые могли бы помогать людям.
So there in India, I continued practice raw food, and I also was looking for different practices that would help me increase energy and different ways to help other people.
Теперь мой инструмент состоит из техник НЛП, практик йоги, и обязательно, конечно, это естественные, чистые дни без еды и без воды.
So as for now, my toolbox are NLP, yoga practice, and days like clean days, like without food, without water.
Я считаю, что эти три инструмента могут решить практически все проблемы, которые могут только быть у человека.
And I think that those three tools can resolve pretty much all the problems that an average person might have.
НЛП позволяет сделать открытым ум.
By NLP, we open up our mind.
Пустить какие-то новые инструменты, позволить себе использовать новые инструменты.
We can allow opening up our mind. We can allow acquiring new tools to happen.
Выходить на новые уровни финансовые, осваивать новые какие-то сферы.
Yeah, to get to different levels financially, to explore different fields, different new fields.
И совместно с чистыми естественными днями это дает море энергии и позволяет полностью оздоровить свое тело.
So combined with those clean days without food and without water, it can make us healthy and get lots of energy.
Сейчас моя деятельность, я обучаю NLP.
So right now, my main activity, I teach people NLP.
Но по большей части обучаю именно тех, кто хочет освободиться от зависимости именно в еде, привычки, страсти.
But mostly, I teach people who want to break this dependence upon food.
Сейчас мы обучаем НЛП на примерах, как использовать НЛП для освобождения, облегчения переходов на более здоровый образ жизни.
Yeah, so right now we are using NLP in order to help people transition to healthier lifestyles.
И еще есть четвертый инструмент, про который я не сказала, это определенные тренажеры для тела.
And also there is the fourth tool, I haven't told you yet about it. Those are different devices aimed to train our bodies.
Совместное применение дает мощный результат.
And so when we use all those tools together, the results are really, really powerful.
С кем-то мы начинаем через тренажеры заниматься,
So there are some people with whom we start with those devices,
с кем-то мы начинаем с питания,
and other people we start with food intake,
кто-то приходит в НЛП.
and some people start with NLP.
Вот. Но так как в НЛП мы знаем, что сознание наше и наше тело – это одна система,
But in NLP, we know that our consciousness and our body is one system.
мы считаем, что более эффективно использовать одновременно работу и с телом, и с сознанием.
So the basic approach is that we deal with consciousness and with the body.
И автономный образ жизни дает такое спокойствие, освобождение.
Yeah, and this kind of autonomous lifestyle brings us lots of release, lots of freedom, lots of calmness.
Основные наши страхи – это страх оказаться без еды,
Because our basic fears are the fear of lacking food,
оказаться без тепла
without warmth,
и также простраивать дальше свой бизнес.
yeah, and how to build our business.
И все эти страхи очень легко закрываются вот этим нашим подходом.
Yeah, and all those fears get eliminated pretty easily with our approach.
Мы понимаем, что без еды мы становимся только моложе, красивее, более радостные.
So we understand that without food, we become younger, we become happier, we become, yeah, like more energetic.
Тренажеры делают наше тело сильным, выносливым.
And those devices build our body, make it stronger, make it more persistent.
Тело начинает любить холод,
And then our body starts loving cold,
свежий воздух,
fresh air.
а также техники НЛП, состояние автономного образа жизни дает очень мощную интуицию.
Очень мощный что?
Интуицию.
Okay. And then NLP techniques, when person leads an autonomous lifestyle, bring lots of very deep intuition.
Мощная интуиция подскажет вам, куда нужно идти, как развивать свое дело, где нужно работать, где будет хорошо.
And this powerful intuition tells you, you know, how to build your business, where to go, where you will feel good, etc.
Свобода от еды дает освобождение от страха остаться без нее.
And food freedom releases this fear of lacking food.
И когда у вас сильное тело, вы понимаете, что вам легко будет справляться даже с непредвиденными какими-то ситуациями.
And when your body is strong, you will understand that even if you encounter something unpredictable, you will be able to deal with that easily.
НЛП дает возможность не переживать заранее.
And by using NLP, you get the ability of not becoming worried about things ahead of time.
Ведь очень многие наши страхи в итоге оказываются пустыми.
Because lots of our fears are just empty, unexistent.
И мы просто изводим себя больше, чем какая-то реальная ситуация, которая даже может и не произойти.
And we just waste lots of energy and kind of torture ourselves because of some kind of situation that might not even happen.
Поэтому вы просто становитесь счастливым, спокойным, свободным человеком.
Therefore, you just become happier, freer, calmer, person.
Вы просто отдаетесь потоку жизни
And you just go with the flow of life.
и радостно встречаете какие-то новые, даже, может быть, неожиданные события.
And you encounter happily different circumstances, and they might even be unexpected.
А технология NLP дает такую возможность ожидать что-то приятное.
And this NLP technology gives us the ability to expect good things, to expect pleasant things.
Даже кто-то другой мог бы увидеть в этой ситуации опасность,
Even though someone else might have seen this situation as dangerous,
а ваше спокойствие и ожидание хорошего
but your own calmness and great expectations
дает для вас приятное развитие ситуации.
provide you with this same situation developing in a very pleasant way.
И когда вы в таком хорошем состоянии,
And when you find yourself in such a nice state,
вы легко можете добраться до своих ресурсов внутренних.
you can easily access your inner resources.
Пожалуйста. Это,
Yeah,
там мероприятие.
нет проблем. You can easily access your inner resources.
Так. Сейчас мы обучаем вот этим чудесным инструментам.
And right now we are teaching those great tools.
Сейчас проходит фестиваль, куда съехались люди.
So right now there is a festival where lots of people came from many places.
Выступают спикеры, которые находятся длительно на естественных днях, без еды, без воды.
So there are speakers who actually speak about their experience being many days without food and water.
Они рассказывают о своем опыте.
And they share their experience.
Их можно потрогать, пощупать, что это действительно правда.
And you can even touch them and prove to yourself that that's true.
Посмотреть, как они хорошо выглядят.
And you and they actually look good. You can
Они
see
веселые.
they are happy.
И параллельно мы обучаем технологии NLP, как использовать свое сознание, как стать хозяином своего сознания.
And in parallel, we teach this NLP technology, how to own your own consciousness, how to become a master of your own consciousness.
И также позволяет открыть возможность для новых возможностей, которые есть у нас.
And it also allows you to open up to the new skills that we might have.
Когда-то, кстати, на идею про еду меня натолкнула одна статья.
Yeah, so once upon a time in the past, I read an article, and this article made me think something about food.
Мне очень нравятся книги Карлоса Кастанеды.
I really like books of Carlos Castaneda.
И через много лет, когда я уже прочитала все его книги,
And many years later, having read all of his books,
мне попадается статья, которую он дал в газету, которая входит во всех штатах, во всех штатах Америки.
so I encountered an article by Carlos Castaneda in a national newspaper of the United States.
И суть этой статьи была в том, что
So the essence of that article was that
мы очень магические существа, у нас очень-очень серьезные способности есть и возможности.
that we are magical beings, we have lots of abilities.
И что все эти свои возможности, способности мы променяли на бутерброд.
And basically we exchanged all those abilities for, you know, like bread with butter, like kind of just food.
Это было очень мощным толчком для изучения этого вопроса.
And that was like my urge to inquire into those states came as a result of that. It was really something that pushed me forward.
Я поняла, что не только мой личный опыт жизни, да, без еды, такой эффективности,
Yeah, so I realized that я извиняюсь, то есть ты поняла, что это не только твой личный опыт, да? Это ты имеешь в виду?
что не только мой личный опыт, да, что и Карлос Кастанеда подтверждает, что мы магические способности меняем на еду.
Yeah, so then it just proved to myself that it wasn't just my personal conviction and experience that we are exchanging our abilities for food, but also Carlos Castaneda said the same thing.
Потом уже в интернете я узнала, что это закономерно.
And then on the internet, I actually found out that there is certain law regarding that.
Что когда человек начинает меньше есть,
When it says that when a person decreases their amount of food that they intake,
когда он убирает сложные тяжелые продукты,
so and when person gets his food more and more refined, like takes out heavier products,
у него начинают происходить хорошие события в жизни.
then different good things start happening in their lives.
В Индии я узнала,
And in India, I got to know
если жена хочет, чтобы у мужа был успех или разрешилась какая-то сложная ситуация,
if a wife wants her husband to succeed or to solve some kind of difficult situation,
она перестает кушать, заходит на пост.
she stops eating, she starts fasting.
Что освобождение от еды – это лучшее жертвоприношение в Индии.
Yeah, so being food free is the best sacrifice in India,
Которое дает очень мощные блага.
which brings lots of goodness with it for a person who is doing that.
И есть примеры в разных религиях,
Yeah, and there are lots of examples in different religions
святые, которые просто исцеляли своим присутствием,
about saint people who just healed other people but by their very presence.
жили длительное время без еды.
And those people lived without food for a prolonged period of times.
Или длительные посты.
Or they fasted a lot.
И я подумала, может быть, каждый человек, кто освобождается от еды, может стать таким святым.
Кто освобождается от еды, да? Каждый человек, кто освобождается от еды, ты имеешь в виду, да?
Да-да-да.
Yeah, and I was thinking maybe every person who gets food free can become this kind of a saint.
Может быть, сейчас я понимаю, что прям святыми они не становятся, но
Yeah, so I understand now that they do not become like saints of the saints.
но очень много у них начинает получаться,
But they do succeed in many things.
и в их поле люди становятся сильнее.
And in their field, other people become stronger.
Поэтому я думаю, что это очень хорошее дело, очень хороший поток.
Therefore, I think that it is a very, very good thing to get engaged in.
И если представить, что мы все это некоторое общее коллективное сознание,
And if we imagine that all of us are some kind of universal field, one universal field,
то наша планета
or one universal consciousness, it means that our planet
уже хочет, чтобы мы меньше потребляли.
really wants us to consume less,
Или хотя бы потребляли более легкую пищу.
or at least consuming more lighter food.
На легкой пище у нас очень легкая, приятная вибрация.
So when we consume lighter food, our vibrations get lighter and nicer.
Нас начинают любить дети, животные, к нам стремятся люди пообщаться.
Yeah, so children start liking us, and other people approach us, animals approach us, people want to talk to us.
И я представила, что если большая часть людей на планете будет на отсутствии пищи или на очень легкой пище,
So, and I can imagine that if most people on our planet
это будет
will be either not eating or eating kind of light food, yeah.
Это будет очень хорошо для нашей планеты.
It is going to be really, really good for our planet.
И я думаю, что мы легче сможем договариваться друг с другом.
And so I think that we can easily agree with each other in this situation.
Что мы будем как такие осознанные жить в чистом, прекрасном мире.
Yeah, so our world will be more conscious, more aware, much cleaner.
И я думаю, что это очень достойно приобщиться к этому движению.
Yeah, so it is a very, very good thing to be engaged in.
И мое продвижение – это продвижение всей планеты.
Yeah, so my personal advancement is the advancement of the whole planet.
Каждый в этом продвижении, каждый делает взнос в лучшее для нашей планеты.
Yeah, and in this advancement, everyone invests his best or her best into the future of our planet.
Вот.
Okay, so that's it. That's it. Okay, Albina, so over to you.
Юлечка, я благодарю, очень приятно было послушать тебя. Now, if there is any questions, please feel free to either. Yep, Frederick, go ahead.
I think I've just one particular question to Maya. What do you tell? Because there are some people who start autonomy and then they just stop it. What is the advice we can tell this? But even before you advise them, what could be the good reason for this? Why do people get interested about it and then suddenly they're like rejecting it and they don't want it and they're like, no.
Okay.
Can I first answer this? Because
Yeah.
I have a lot of interaction with autonomous too, people and one very important highlight here, autonomy lifestyle cannot be a target. It is only a tool to reach your goals. If you are putting it up front as a target to get to autonomy lifestyle, it's not gonna work. You're never gonna be there. So you want to have a bigger goal, something to either to better your life, to resolve issue with your parents, to heal your body, whatever it is for you. That should be your goal. And autonomous days or a lifestyle only can be as a tool, and this form it will work. And Maya might have her perspective also.
Thank you.
Albina.
Good sense. Thank you.
So Albina, you want me to translate the question, or you want to translate it yourself?
Yes, I'm gonna translate. Thank you so much, Arik, for your translation. I love when you do that.
Absolutely.
And I do appreciate you for your time. Маечка,
Я бы
вопрос.
хотела последнее, знаешь, еще сказать, что это еще способ выглядеть всегда на 15. Вот сейчас наблюдаю трансформации людей, кто приехал повторно на слет, все очень сильно помолодели.
So Maya wanted to add to her speech that autonomous lifestyle and dry fasting not just heal body and consciousness, but also make your look younger, feel younger. It's rejuvenate your body from the inside. And as a result of this progress, she is today at the festival, and she can notice the change in faces and the body of the people who came there previous time. Now they look much younger. And let me just translate the question that was from Frederick. Маечка, вопрос такой. Почему-то некоторые люди, кто очень хочет и желает жить автономным образом жизни, они как бы начинают, но потом они выпадают и уже не могут вернуться в этот образ. Правильно, Арик? Я помню правильно вопрос?
Да.
Происходит потому, что они ставят себе жесткую программу. Я буду 3 дня на сухих, там 4 дня на сухих, неделю на сухих. Я просто говорю по чуть-чуть, чтобы было удобно переводить.
Okay, so I'll translate. So, Frederick, so it happens because they are really tough with themselves. They say, okay, now I'm going to have 3 dry days. Now I'm going to have 4 dry days.
Это очень резко для тела, да, и для психики.
It's very tough on the body and on the psyche.
Это такая доминация со стороны сознания. Все, я не ем.
Yeah, it's a kind of enforcement from the, you know, from the I, from the awareness, from the consciousness. Now I won't be eating.
Тело возмущенно, потом не хочет на такие эксперименты.
Yeah, and then body gets doesn't agree with that, and it does not allow these kind of experiments anymore.
С телом нужно мягко договариваться.
Yeah, you have to with the body you have to reach a kind of a soft agreement.
Обходиться без доминации.
Without trying to dominate it.
Наше тело это как маленький ребенок.
So our body is like a baby.
Только оно не может никому пожаловаться.
But it cannot complain to anyone.
И только мы можем дать телу то, что ему нужно.
And only we can do, we can provide our body with whatever it wants.
Мы должны быть как мудрые взрослые.
So we have to take a role of a wise adult.
Предлагать варианты.
And offer it different options.
Увлекать.
We have to provide it with something fascinating.
Обещать что-то приятное, какие-то подарочки.
And then we also have to promise it little gifts.
Знаете, как больших рыб, дельфинов, акул заставляют что-то делать?
So do you know how they can take big sea animals such as dolphins, shark, and how we can make them or force them into doing something? Do you know how to do that?
Их нельзя заставить, они большие.
We cannot force them, they're big.
Они дают им что-то, что они очень любят.
So people give them something that they really love.
Дают какое-то поглаживание, что-то, какие-то подарочки, что-то приятное.
Yeah, so they either kind of pet them or pet them or give them something that they really like.
Найдите, что любит ваше тело, помимо пищевых привычек.
So you have to find what your body likes in addition to its food addiction or food habits, rather.
И делайте маленькие шаги.
Yeah, and go step by step, very little steps.
Один шаг и маленький подарочек.
So you do one step and you supply it with a little gift.
Например, тело любит массаж.
For example, your body likes massage.
Или горячая ванна.
Or a hot bath.
Вы делаете день на сухом.
So you are staying without food, without water, dry day.
И потом даете телу массаж.
And after this one day, you supply some kind of a nice massage to your body,
Или ванну.
or a hot bath.
И так вы маленькими шагами продвигаетесь,
And then you go step by step this way.
что тело будет говорить: о, это хорошо, потом будет подарочек.
And your body will say, wow, that's so nice. I love those little gifts.
И за этот день тело поймет: мне легко, мне не надо работать.
And during this day, your body will understand, wow, that is so easy. I don't need to work hard.
Потому что переваривание пищи – это работа.
Because digesting food is hard work.
А едой наслаждается наш рот, наше сознание.
Because what actually enjoys food is our mouth and our psyche.
Еда – это простой способ получить эмоцию.
So it's just a means of getting an emotion.
Мы хотим любить, например,
For example, we want to love,
но вместо этого мы кушаем сладкое.
but instead of that, we eat sweets.
И от этого наше тело становится больше.
And then as a result of that, our body gets bigger.
Но когда наше тело меньше,
But when our body shrinks,
имеет естественные формы,
when it has its natural forms,
больше шансов, что мы получим настоящую любовь.
there are more chances that we will get real love.
Это одновременная работа и сознания,
It's a simultaneous work of consciousness,
что мы понимаем, что потом мы можем получить настоящую любовь.
yeah, so work of consciousness which realizes that later on, as a
Если
result,
отодвинем сейчас это пирожное,
yeah, as a result, we can get real love, true love, if we refuse this sweet now.
мы едим его очень короткое время,
Because we eat it for a very short time.
а все органы потом долго работают.
But then all the other organs work for a long time,
И
digestive
наше
organs.
тело становится больше,
And then our body becomes bigger.
а настоящая любовь дальше.
But then this real life moves further away.
И если мы потихонечку, осторожно даем телу легкую еду,
But then if we very cautiously provide provide our body with lighter food,
даем ему какие-то подарочки за это,
provide our body with little gifts,
оно, как любой ребенок, скажет: ой, мне туда.
yeah, but then as would any other baby,
Там не надо сильно работать.
it will say, yeah, I want to go there. I don't need to work hard there.
И отражение в зеркале
Yeah, and when we look at ourselves in the mirror,
будет вас очень мотивировать.
and you will get motivated looking at yourself.
Главное не забегать вперед.
But it's really important not to hurry ahead of time.
Сильная доминация
So
над телом
if you try to dominate your body very, very strongly,
потом дает обратный эффект.
you will get the opposite effect.
Надо идти маленькими шагами.
Just step by step, little steps.
Сначала убрать самые тяжелые продукты.
So initially you have to remove all the heaviest products.
Дать телу почувствовать эту легкость.
So and allow the body to feel this kind of lightness.
Телу очень тяжело жареное масло.
So our body gets it's too heavy for our body when we fry something in the oil.
Если вы возьмете губку для мытья посуды,
And so if you take this sponge for cleaning the dishes,
и опустите ее в масло, которое долго жарилось,
and if you dip it in the oil in which for a long time we fried something,
Отмыть его можно только каким-то моющим средством.
You will need some kind of a detergent, some kind of a soap
Но мы не употребляем такие средства, мы от них умрем.
to take this oil out. To get this sponge to its original state, you need the detergent, very strong. But we do not drink this kind of soaps. We don't drink. We would die from drinking them.
Даже очень горячей водой это не смыть.
Because even very hot water is not going to clean it.
Поэтому нашему телу очень тяжело очищаться от жареного масла.
So therefore, our body has trouble getting rid of all this fried oil.
Можно это на первых этапах.
So initially you can
Готовить пищу без масла.
So initially you can cook your food without oil.
И поливать в тарелке свежевыдавленным маслом.
Yeah, and then you can sprinkle on it like freshly squeezed oil when you put it inside the plate.
На определенном этапе
It's at certain stage.
нашему телу очень полезно свежевыдавленные масла.
At a certain stage, it's really good for our body, really healthy when we sprinkle or when we put freshly squeezed oil on our food.
Сейчас очень легко это раздобыть.
Yeah, and now you can get access to that really easily.
Продаются прессы или те, у кого есть прессы, продают уже свежевыдавленные масла.
So there are even home devices for making oils at home, or people who have these kind of devices, they sell freshly obtained oils.
В России есть такая поговорка:
In Russia, we have a saying,
к хорошему быстро привыкаешь.
you get used very quickly to good things.
И если соблюдать маленькие шаги
So if you go step by step, little steps,
и потихонечку улучшать пищу,
yeah, and if you improve the quality of your food,
немножко сокращать ее количество,
and you decrease step by step its quantity,
давать больше зелени,
and you consume more greens, for example,
овощей,
vegetables,
свежевыдавленного масла,
and freshly squeezed oil,
и дать время привыкнуть телу к этому.
and then you allow your body to get used to that.
Потом тело будет само у вас просить, и вы будете выбирать такую еду.
Yeah, then you will find your body asking you for this kind of food. So you will naturally choose this kind of food.
От такого питания вам понравится то, что вы увидите в зеркале.
And eating this way, you will really like what you see in the mirror.
И это даст вам еще больше радости и мотивации.
And it will give you even more happiness and motivation.
И вам захочется идти дальше.
And you will want to go further.
Я думаю, я ответила.
Okay, so I think I answered this question.
Yeah, great. Makes perfect sense.
Он говорит, да, это логично.
Everything is a process, step by step.
Да,
Take it in slowly.
То есть все это процесс, как бы один шажок за другим.
Да, очень мощная штука — это зеленая масса, трава. Вот салаты, трава зеленая, взбитые в блендере с добавлением масла свежевыдавленного. Эта еда очень мощная, быстро очищает тело, кровь.
Yeah, so she says very strong tool is when you take different grasses, different green grasses, you put them in the blender along with the oil, and then you drink it, and then it cleanses the body in a very good way.
Уже через несколько дней вы почувствуете, что у вас больше энергии, что у вас лучше память.
Yeah, so a few days later, you will in a short time, you will see that your memory gets improved, you have more energy.
Это как более мощный компьютер.
It is as if you had like a more powerful computer.
Вы можете оставить, например, один день в неделю,
You can have 1 day a week.
когда вы едите привычную пищу из прошлого.
Yeah, 1 day a week when you eat your the food that you ate in the past,
И через какое-то время
and sometime later
вы почувствуете, что вам не хочется в этот день есть эту еду.
you will feel that you don't want anymore to eat that kind of food from your past.
После нее вялость, телу нехорошо,
You are lacking energy after eating it. You don't feel well with your body.
и ваши предпочтения и вкусняшки изменятся.
So you start preferring other things that you consider them delicious now. Mhm.
Wow, great. But then you said grasses like the one cows eat, cow feed on.
Окей, он говорит, отлично, вот, но когда ты говоришь, вот, что нужно такую массу из травы, это как бы такого же рода трава, которую едят коровы, или какие-то другие травы?
Очень хорошо та масса, которую едят коровы.
Yes, so if you take grasses eaten by cows, it's very good,
Ее нужно взбить в блендере.
but you need to put it through the blender.
Можно для вкуса добавить какой-то фрукт.
And then for it to be tastier, you can add a fruit.
Ну, например, банан, но банан это такая тоже не очень легкая еда.
For example, a banana, but I must say that banana is not a very light food.
Там крахмал.
Yeah, because you have starch there.
Это очень цементирует сосуды.
So these starches are cement-like for your blood vessels.
Очень нехорошо для головы, для быстроты мышления.
So ты имеешь в виду бананы, это нехорошо, нет?
Ну, не очень, не очень.
Yeah, so it's not really good for the thinking process, for your head, your thinking abilities in general.
На определенном этапе в сравнении с гамбургером это хорошо.
So at some point, in comparison to a hamburger, it's good.
Но если сравнивать, например, банан и манго, манго лучше.
Yeah, but if you compare a banana and a mango, mango is better.
Потом в каком-то моменте манго это очень сладкий продукт.
And then at some point, this mango becomes too sweet.
И потом можно переходить на более нейтральные, менее сладкие.
So then you can transition to more neutral, less sweet things. Например, какие? Ягоды?
Ягоды или такие нейтральные овощи, как огурец, там кабачок.
So it might be those more neutral things might be either berries or some kind of neutral vegetables such as a cucumber, a squash.
Если их немножко подсолить, добавить специи, свежевыдавленное масло.
So if you put some salt on them, some spices, squeeze some freshly squeezed oil on them.
И даже если сделать очень большую тарелку,
Even if you have a really big plate,
она очень быстро переваривается
it will get digested really fast
и дает много энергии.
and it will give lots of energy.
И тело при такой еде очень быстро даст вам импульсы. Да, мне это нравится.
And your body, when you give this kind of food to your body, it will reply to you very fast. Yes, I like it.
Есть еще один момент, как можно себе помочь.
And there is another moment, another point, how you can help yourself.
Это антипаразитарные программы.
So different programs, anti-parasites.
Паразиты, когда они живут в теле, они прикрепляются к нервной системе.
So parasites, when they inhibit our body, they stick to our nervous system.
И начинают управлять нашими желаниями.
And they start controlling our desires.
Просят у нас жареной картошки, гамбургеров, пирожных.
they might ask for French fries, hamburgers, ice cream.
В интернете есть такие передачи, где показывают, как паразиты полностью убивают животных, на которых они паразитируют.
On the internet, you can find different videos where you can see those parasites completely killing the animals upon which they parasite.
И иногда мне кажется, что с людьми паразиты делают что-то похожее.
And sometimes I think that people are in quite similar situations in relation to those parasites.
Человек ест, очень сильно портит свое тело.
So a person eats, they destroy, like they destroy their body in a serious way.
И некоторые даже в результате этого умирают.
And some people, as a result, die. Ты имеешь в виду, человек кушает как результат того, что паразиты ему говорят, да? So,
Да.
yes, so she meant that a person, that those parasites control what person eats, and then a person eats, they damage their bodies, and as a result, they might even die.
Да. И надо внутри своего сознания
And you should, inside your consciousness,
разделить,
to divide, to distinguish
какое мое желание,
what is my desire,
от чего мне будет хорошо,
what I am going to enjoy,
моему телу,
my body,
или это желание паразитов.
or it's the desire of parasites.
Кастанеда в одной из своих книг
In one of his books, Carlos Castaneda
рассказывал, что вся эта цивилизация, наша цивилизация захвачена паразитом.
одним паразитом?
Да.
So it tells us that our whole civilization is controlled by one parasite.
У этого паразита нет материального тела.
And this parasite doesn't have a material body.
Но он не дает раскрыть возможности, потенциал человека.
But it doesn't let people develop or open up their abilities.
Не дает возможности стать сильным.
It doesn't let people get stronger.
Кастанеда спросил у Дон Хуана,
And then Castaneda asked his wise man, Don Juan,
как же так? Как же так получается, что мы не можем победить этого паразита?
how come we cannot conquer this parasite?
Дон Хуан ему ответил,
And then Don Juan told him,
проблема с этим паразитом в том, что он говорит в нашей голове нашим собственным голосом.
the problem with this parasite is the following. It speaks in our head by our own voice.
Тогда это очень меня зацепило.
So when I read that, I got really caught upon this quote.
Я стала думать, моя ли это сейчас мысль?
And I started thinking, is it my thought? Is it really my thought?
Будет ли мне от этой мысли хорошо?
Will I enjoy in the future if I follow this thought?
Или это мысль паразита,
Or it's a parasite thought,
который хочет меня ослабить?
and of a parasite who wants to weaken me.
Он говорит, у меня не получится, это будет тяжело, я не смогу.
And he says, it says, I won't succeed. It's gonna be really difficult. I won't be able.
И я думаю, наверное, это не моя мысль.
And I'm thinking, no, probably it is not my thought.
Это он говорит в моей голове.
It's it is talking in my head.
Я попробую, вдруг у меня получится.
And I will try. I might succeed.
И когда я пробую, проявляю чуть-чуть настойчивость,
And when I try, when I'm persistent,
как правило, получается.
I usually succeed.
И я
Okay.
думаю, что эти паразиты тоже говорят в моей голове.
And
Маленькие, которые...
I think that those little parasites are
Может
also
быть,
talking in my head, maybe.
Может быть, мы поедим хлебушка, может, мы поедим чего-то там такого, от чего моему телу будет нехорошо.
Maybe we can eat some bread. Maybe we can eat something from which my body will not feel so good.
И я думаю, моя ли это мысль?
And then I think, is it my thought?
И просто какие-то мысли отодвигаю.
And then I just remove certain thoughts.
Это очень простой способ.
It's a very simple method.
Про паразитов говорят нам официальная медицина, биология.
So even the official medicine, biology talks about parasites.
И второе подтверждение я получила в книжках у Кастанеды.
And then I got my second proof through those books by Carlos Castaneda.
И я поняла, что это действительно похоже на правду.
And yeah, and I realized that, yeah, it looks like truth.
У нас бывают очень странные мысли в голове.
Because we do have really, really strange thoughts in our heads.
И совсем странные мысли мы просто отбрасываем, думаем, зачем? Это что-то не то.
And if we have really, really strange thoughts, we just remove them. And we think, no, something is strange here. Let's remove it.
Это просто привычка
So this is just a habit.
задавать вопрос, моя ли это мысль?
So ты имеешь в виду эту привычку, которую нужно выработать, да? То есть задавать.
Да, да, да.
So yeah, so she says we need to develop this habit of asking this question: is this thought mine?
И просто отбрасывать ненужные мысли.
And then you just need to remove unnecessary thoughts.
Как мы отбрасываем какие-то странные мысли,
The same way we remove different strange thoughts.
нужно отбрасывать мысли чуть больше.
So we need to start removing bigger thoughts.
И тогда очень многое начинает налаживаться.
And then то есть ты имеешь в виду, что нужно начать отбрасывать мысли, которые больше, или просто большее количество мыслей?
Просто большее количество мыслей.
Okay, so she says, yeah, you have to get used to removing bigger amount of thoughts, and then things will start changing.
Зачем мне есть пищу, которая может меня убить?
So why should I eat food that might kill me?
Это явно не мое желание.
It is not my desire.
Эту мысль надо отодвинуть.
And so you can remove this thought.
Если я хочу что-то поесть,
So if I want to eat something,
я могу выбрать самую подходящую, здоровую и ту, которую захочет мое тело.
I can choose the most healthy, the most suitable food, the food that my body really wants.
Это как маленький ребенок, он может есть все время только шоколад.
It is as if we have a little child who can all the time just eat chocolate, just chocolate.
Или чипсы.
Or chips, like French fries.
Недавно был такой реальный случай.
Yeah, so recently I heard about this kind of circumstance.
Два маленьких ребенка, два брата, у одного было день рождения.
So there were two brothers, two little kids, and one of them had birthday.
Ему надарили много денег, он на них купил много чипсов.
And for his birthday, he got lots of money, and he spent all the money buying potato chips.
У него было день рождения, и он ел в большом количестве эти чипсы.
And he would just eat these potato chips in very, very big amounts.
И запивал какими-то напитками химическими.
Yeah, and then he would drink along with that, different chemical drinks.
И его младший брат делал то же самое.
And his little brother did the same.
И они съели очень много этих чипсов, очень много этих химических напитков.
Yeah, so and they had lots of those potato chips and lots of those chemical-laden drinks, soft drinks.
После такого дня им к вечеру стало плохо, и их увезли на скорой.
Yeah, and so and in the end of the day, they felt really, really bad, so they had to invite ambulance, which took them to the hospital.
Одного из них не удалось спасти.
And the doctors could not save one child.
Поэтому не за всеми желаниями своими нам нужно идти.
Therefore, you don't have to go after all of your desires.
Это могут быть желания паразитов, которых нужно вывести из нашего тела.
And it might very well be the desires belonging to the parasites that just need to be removed from our body.
Когда вы что-то хотите,
So when you want something,
вы спрашиваете, это сделает меня сильнее, здоровее,
you have
счастливее?
to ask, if I do that, will I be happier? Will I be healthier? Will I be stronger?
Или это сделает, как этих детей счастливых, меня на маленькое короткое время?
Or like those two kids, I will be happy for a short time.
А потом, ой, у меня очень маленький заряд телефона.
Yeah, so she says, and later on, and then she says, I have really little power left in my phone.
Да, мне нужна либо минутка переключиться. Вот.
Ну, давай мы подождем тогда минутку. Yeah, so
Да,
she,
то есть сейчас я.
so she says, I just need 1 minute to switch my phone, to connect.
Very powerful example with two kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's a true example how it happened in our real life.
Eric, when can we ask questions? A couple of questions. It's very informative. I really like it. When can I ask questions?
Yeah, I guess so. Actually, Frederick is leading this evening. I'm just translating. So, Frederick, you will be allowed to ask more questions.
Sorry. Юлечка, микрофон включен.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So actually, Frederick will decide. I'm just translating. So, Юля, what?
Да. У меня очень короткий провод. Я буду.
Okay. So she says my connection, my wire is really short, so I'll try to do it like that. Yeah. Okay. Да, вот мы говорили о том, что нужно разделять. Да, нужно спросить, стану ли я от этого сильнее, стану ли я от этого более счастливым. So I just reiterate. So you should ask whether I will be happier, healthier, stronger if I do that.
И это позволит нам действительно выбирать то, что мы хотим, то, что нам будет хорошо.
And it will allow us choose whatever is best for us, really. Good. Okay, Frederick. So can this guy wanted to ask a question? So is it okay to ask a question now?
Yeah. Just make it brief so that because you also want to release. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Ravi. So just ask your question. У нас вопросик.
Thanks, Frederick. Thanks, Maya. This is a very informative, very knowledgeable session.
Okay, just a moment, Ravi. You have to stop after each sentence, more or less, for me to translate. So, он прежде всего говорит спасибо за всю эту информацию, за все это знание, которое ты передаешь. Yes, Ravi. So please go on.
And she said about NLP tools. What is the NLP tool? NLP tool to control the food attachment and the cravings. Is the NLP tool.
So yes, Ravi. So you want to know what NLP stands for?
Yes.
Okay. So it's neuro linguistic programming. You can find lots of information about that on the internet. It's neuro linguistic programming. Он просто спрашивает, какое определение NLP и в общих чертах, как это работает.
Это направление пришло в Россию из Америки.
So she says this field in psychology arrived in Russia from the United States.
Сейчас это пошло дальше, и есть такое следующее направление.
Okay, so and now it has been developed further, and there is another field that comes as a result of that.
Дизайн человеческих возможностей.
It is called it is called the design of human abilities. Это то же самое, что как бы дизайн человека, human design, или это
Не-не-не,
другое?
дизайн человека это другое, а это именно дизайн человеческих вообще ресурсов,
Yeah,
возможностей.
so it is called the design of human abilities, and not to mix it with another field that is human design. So it's not the same. Я просто сказал, что, потому что многие люди знают, я просто сказал, что это не то же самое.
Да-да-да.
Мгм.
И это, то есть пришло из Америки, там есть прям очень мощные школы.
Yeah, so in the United States, you have very powerful schools of NLP.
НЛП изучает, как наши слова действуют на всю нашу, на наш мозг, на всю нашу нервную систему.
So basically, NLP studies how our language affects our brain and all our nervous system.
Как мы можем управлять своей нервной системой, своим мозгом,
And how we can control our nervous system and our brain.
все эти техники были взяты у людей, они не придуманы.
So ты имеешь в виду, что они взяты как бы по наблюдениям над
Да,
настоящими
да,
людьми, да?
смоделированы у живых реальных людей.
Yeah, so those techniques basically were developed by observing behavior of real people who performed them.
Которые были гениальны или успешны в какой-то области.
So and those people were genius or very successful in a particular field.
И сейчас гениальностью, например, одного человека,
And right now, this quality of being genius with one person.
благодаря НЛП,
So thanks to NLP.
могут воспользоваться миллионы.
So lots of people can obtain this same quality from one person from whom it came, actually.
If there is a if there is a more interest in neurolinguistical programming techniques, we can invite Maya for a special workshop, and she can actually share what kind of techniques would be best in handling food cravings, something like that.
Она говорит, что я тебе просто перевожу, Майя, что если эта тема заинтересует людей, мы тогда можем тебя пригласить специально, как бы, чтобы ты нам провела такой вебинар или какой-то такой семинар по интернетный, вот, и обучила бы нас техникам, которые будут наиболее актуальными именно для зависимости от еды.
Да, это возможно.
And she says, yeah, that's possible.
Can I ask one more question?
Еще,
Да, окей, да, Майя, что ты хотела добавить?
я хотела сказать, что Альбина сейчас занимается определенным направлением.
So I wanted to say that Albina deals now with a certain field.
Например, что если наша бабушка или прабабушка,
for example, our grandma or great-grandma,
пережила очень сильный голод,
they underwent very severe starvation.
Ее внуки, то есть там такие, как мы с вами,
So her grandchildren or great-grandchildren, like we,
можем очень много есть из-за этой генетической памяти.
so we might eat too much, eat a lot because of this genetic memory.
И Альбина знает, как сделать техники, чтобы успокоить там в прошлом бабушку.
And Albina knows how to perform certain techniques in order to kind of calm this grandma down there in the past.
Да, и как сейчас нам быть более спокойным, более свободным от еды.
and how we can be calmer and more relaxed in relation to food right now.
Если все эти технологии объединять,
So if we combine all those technologies,
получается очень мощно.
we get a very, very powerful result. Yes, Ravi, you wanted to ask another question.
Yeah, I have one more final question. So, I'm really impressed, very interested to know further. Does Maya coach people on a personal basis if I travel to her location? I really want to eliminate these food habits, my food attachments, everything. I really want to get rid of it, get rid of the parasite behavior and everything. Does Maya coach individually? If I go to her location, I would really be interested to know that. Thank you.
Okay.
I can answer that question, so we wouldn't need to translate, go back and forth. Ravi, yes, Maya does one-on-one as of right now. She doesn't do any group sessions for English speaking, unfortunately, because of the certain administration of that group. We're lacking some assistance there. But if there will be some group getting together, we definitely can provide her guidance in that field. But as right now, she is open for one-on-one, absolutely. If you would need more information on that, you can contact me. My contact information within the group available to you guys, or through Frederick or Arik, or who also has my contact information.
Thank you, Albina. I will reach out to Arik to get you information. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm happy you like the speaker. Absolutely adore Maya. She has so much powerful experience that help and work in every circumstances or issues that we can face, either physical issues or mental issues. It's absolutely powerful to work
Very
with
useful. Very useful, yeah.
somebody like her. Appreciate your
Yeah.
feedback.
Да, ну, Майя, я просто переведу, что как бы этот человек спросил, даешь ли ты про такие вот индивидуальные сессии, вот, но Альбина сказала, что да, вот, и по всем вопросам, чтобы как бы контактировали с ней, и Альбина тебя хочет поблагодарить за все твое знание и за все то, чем ты с нами поделилась сегодня.
Благодарю, было очень приятно.
Да, нам тоже. Спасибо. Большое спасибо. Okay, Frederick, let's proceed to our next step.
Can I ask Maya something?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, good evening. Hi, Maya.
Okay, последний вопрос к тебе, Майя. Она говорит: привет, Майя.
I wanted to ask, you mentioned oils, when you still need something heavy, but it has to be healthy. So you mentioned, you mean a good oil is olive oil, and what about tahini and something like butter, something heavier? Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, он говорит, Майя, она говорит, извини, что ты упоминала использование масел, вот, то есть как бы это, она понимает, что эти масла должны быть такие довольно здоровые, вот, а вот, допустим, есть такие вещи, как, допустим, обычное масло сливочное, вот, или, допустим, тхина это тахини, это называется по-английски, это как бы наподобие такой пасты из сезамовых зерен, ты знаешь?
Да.
Вот, то есть в отношении вот этих вот вещей, допустим, когда человеку хочется чего-нибудь потяжелее, или там для успокоения, чего-нибудь там потяжелее, то можно ли использовать вот такие вот продукты?
Да, на каком-то этапе можно, если вы приготовите это самостоятельно. То есть в семечке находится фитиновая кислота.
Ой, какая кислота?
Фитиновая.
Okay, so she says, yeah, you can use, for example, tahini at certain stage, but only if you prepare it yourself. Like in those little seeds, you have what's called phytin acid.
Когда семечко попадает в землю.
And when this little seed gets into the soil,
и есть достаточно влаги,
and that there is enough water in the soil,
эта фитиновая кислота выходит
this phytine acid gets released,
и обеззараживает землю, чтобы семечко могла расти.
and it kind of clears the soil, makes kind of disinfection of the soil in order for this seed to sprout.
Если много есть семечек, орехов,
But if we eat too much seeds, nuts,
эта фитинка начинает плохо действовать на желудок.
this acid starts affecting our digestive tract, stomach in a negative way.
На первом этапе
So at the initial stage,
это лучше, чем мясо, или рыба, или яйца.
it's better than eggs, meat, fish.
Тогда их нужно замочить в воде
But then you need to soak it in water
и слить эту воду
and then you have to throw this water away.
и промыть перекисью водорода.
And then you have to clean it with Альбина, как это будет? Просто перекись водорода, я не помню по-английски. Как это будет перекись водорода?
Гидроксин какой-то.
Hydrogen, I don't remember exactly.
Yeah,
Ну,
like,
peroxide.
רויטל, מי חמצן, איך אומרים באנגלית? I'm speaking in Hebrew. מי חמצן. You know how to say?
Или марганцовкой.
Oxygen.
I think it's oxygen peroxide, if I'm not mistaken.
Peroxide, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to clean it either with oxygen peroxide. I hope I'm not mistaken, not like in Russian перекись водорода, like you can find it, or marganцовка. I also don't know how to say it. Do you know, Albina?
Marganцовка. Oh, I know that we don't have that thing in United States.
Yeah,
What do you say? How do you call it in Hebrew?
I don't think we have it in Israel either. Like kind of a red disinfecting mineral, like
Ну, потом Альбина может скинуть в комментариях.
We can.
После того, когда вы их промыли, слили эту воду.
Yeah, so after you pour this water away and clean it, yeah.
Надо им ночь дать побыть в воде.
Ночь побыть в воде уже после того, как вы их помыли?
Уже после, в чистой воде, питьевой, да.
Yeah, so after we wash those seeds, we put them again in a clean water, this time for the whole night again.
То есть вот она 2 часа моется, эту воду мы смываем, сливаем.
Yeah, so to reiterate the process, we soak them in water for 2 hours. After that, we pour this initial water out.
Да, заливаем чистой водой, оставляем на всю ночь.
Вот, но между этими двумя водами нужно их промыть перекисью водорода или марганцовкой. Yeah, so then after that we clean these seeds with those substances which we can check later, and after that we after we clean them, we put them again in water for the whole night.
И на утро вы можете взбить это, например, с чесночком, там с тиком, с какими-то специями.
Yeah, so and in the morning you can put them in the blender with garlic or some other spices.
И это получится очень сытный соус с салатом.
Yeah, and it will become really satiating dressing for salads.
Главное употреблять это 80/20.
So the main thing is to consume it 80, like using the method of 80-20. And what does it mean? Что это значит?
80 это зеленые овощи, ну, зелень, овощи.
Yeah, so 80% greens, vegetables,
И 20% этого сытного соуса.
and 20% of this satiating dressing.
Можете делать огромную миску салата.
So you can have this huge bowl of a salad.
На начальных этапах вы получите сытость от такого объема.
At the initial stages, you will get satiated from this amount,
И это уже начнет очищать ваше тело.
and it will start cleansing your body.
Yes.
And so you don't suggest what you buy at the whole healthy stores, the healthy food stores, when it's prepared, when it comes ready, the tahini, all these butters, pumpkin seed butter, all these things prepared, it's not good.
Окей, она спрашивает, ну вот, допустим, в магазинах натуральных продуктов продается уже готовая тхина или такой соус из, например, тыквенных зерен, вот такого вот типа уже готовый. То есть ты вот эти вот вещи не советуешь?
Ну, на начальном этапе это лучше, чем гамбургер.
So at the initial stage, it's better than a hamburger.
Но будет более, если вы это сделаете из такой уже очищенной от пятинки семечки.
But if you do it from the seeds that are clean from this kind of acid,
это будет более здоровая еда.
it's gonna be healthier. Now, guys, so я просто посмотрел, как будет перекись водорода по-английски. So, guys, so then this substance in which you need to clean, it's called the hydrogen peroxide. So it's hydrogen peroxide, and then marganцовка, and then I will also check another substance. Just a moment. It's called it's called potassium permanganate, but I'm not sure whether the translation is correct. It's by Google Translate, potassium permanganate, and at least here in Israel, I have never encountered that. Okay.
Как отдельная еда, эта тахина, она очень сильный продукт, очень сложный продукт.
Yeah, and she says as a separate food, this tahini is quite heavy.
Ее надо чем-то разбавлять.
So you need to dilute it with something.
Okay, you know that when you have a craving for something heavy and tasty in the salad, that's what I mean. So you're suggesting to do it yourself, not buy it ready and then put it in the blender, soak it and put it in the blender with greens.
Yeah, she says with different spices, and then you pour it on the salad. Yeah.
Prepare it yourself. Okay.
Yeah, that's what she suggests. Okay, Frederick. Огромное спасибо, она говорит. Огромное спасибо.
Спасибо большое.
So because of time, Mari, thank you so much, Maya.
Огромное спасибо, Майя. Огромное спасибо.
Yeah. Love you.
Еще увидимся.
And she says, okay, we'll see each other. It's not the last time.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So because of time, Ari, I want us to just be very brief because like all of us who are in Maseno, I know they're feeling. We have just some few minutes and we finish up. We wanted just to share how you people felt. So anybody who at Maseno can talk to us just briefly in a summary way, not detailed. We have been in a very long meeting now, almost 2 hours plus. Almost 2 hours, right?
Yeah. Little less than 2 hours. Yeah, Hannah. So could you your diabetes story, Hannah, is really encouraging for many people. We have lots of people from all over the world including lots of Indian people, like from India, and it's a very big issue in India, but also elsewhere. So people look for different techniques and methods and success stories of other people, at least for some improvement. So maybe you could share yours, even though, as I understood, it's not perfect yet, but still you had some advancement, right?
Yes, there's advancement. Yeah, good evening once again.
Good evening.
And I think I've also learned a lot from Chief Maya. So I really appreciate having been on the forum. My first experience is that I was introduced to Frederick by my friend Edith. And in my life, I've never practiced any sort of fasting. I would say I'm one of those people who enjoy food. Not so much of it, but I've never fasted because I think anybody with somebody who has gone through diabetic condition know that the first thing the doctors advise you is that never go hungry, ensure that you have something. Take your medicine and ensure you don't go with an empty stomach. So when I went to Maseno, the preparation that Frederick put us through, the preparation worked well for me. And during the preparation stage, I lost 6 kilos within 2 weeks. And I didn't expect that process would make me lose weight. And by the time I got to Maseno, I had lost 6 kilos. And my sugar was, the last time I had measured it was at 7. When we went and now Fred took us through that you go without food for at least 72 hours, I did tell him that I was a bit scared because I didn't know what to expect. And he also assured me that during that period, I don't need to take many medication. So on Monday, I went to have my sugar checked. It was at 7.1. That's the time that the first day when we started now, the fasting. By the time we are doing the 4th day, it had gone down to 5.
Wow.
And I was so happy. That was my happiest moment. Though it has gone back to haywire to 9, 10, and I'm back on medication because that time I was in Maseno, I never took any medication. I have seen it can work with discipline, proper preparation. I've seen fasting is something that can work for my condition. And I've promised him that I will now go back, obey all the instructions, because I'm the one who persuaded him after the 4th day. I think I need to start taking water. But he told me now after taking water, I don't need to start eating. At least I listened to him up to the 5th day. But I wish I waited for 9 days, because maybe I'll be giving a different story altogether.
Wow.
And something else about Maseno, the environment is so serene, a lot of trees, different environments for walking. You can take one direction, you climb a hill, get a stream, dip your legs in the water, because I think that time is that when we are not eating, is like even the legs can absorb some water. So with my friend, we could even take like 30 minutes dipping our legs in the water, and it was a really exciting experience. And the lady who accompanied us was really patient, because I can't say that we are really good in walking. At times you could even take a break and even sleep on the way. There are some areas where you can just put your sheet and take a nap and continue the walking. But every day we ensure that we covered the 10 kilometers. So I would say the environment was really motivating. So I look forward to going back and obeying the instructions, because I trust that having made that progress, if I go back again and obey the instructions, I think I can turn around my diabetic condition. But even now, even though I'm back on medication, the effect is not the way I used to feel weak, not able to sit up quite fast. Now I'm still able to sit up despite being on medication. And I also talk, before I go, I also talk to my doctor so that we can see whether I can go face the medication gradually so that you just don't stop at once. But having listened also and watched a few clips on what fasting can do, I trust Maseno offers such a good environment, like walking on the grass, even idling around. There's a lot of space. In the neighborhood, there's a lot of also vegetation. And given the environment is quite wet, so even in the morning, get morning dew. Not all parts of the country offer morning dew in the morning, and there are really huge trees and a river of trees, so I kept on taking photographs.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, Hannah, so which type of diabetes do you have? Like the type 1, type 2?
Type 2.
And has it
And
been?
I've had it for 3 years.
Okay, okay. So before that, your sugar levels were normal, and then it started getting higher 2-3 years ago, something like that?
No, I didn't have any condition at all. I just went for medical checkup, and that time when it was discovered, my sugar level was at 22. Without any symptom, I didn't even know I was sick. The way they say it's a silent killer, it was at 22. So even the doctor who was checking asked me, "Are you sure you are not even having a headache? You are not feeling dusty? You are not urinating regularly?" I didn't have any of those symptoms they talk about, that for you to know that you are diabetic, you have to have these symptoms. Mine, I didn't experience any symptom. It's just the doctor's reading and the blood check, that confirmed that I was diabetic. It had even to be tried more than 3 times so that they confirm this is the actual situation.
And what is the normal range? Because here we are used to a little bit different system of measuring sugar. So it's so here, for example, I think, and I also think in the United States, they say that if it is above 100, then it's higher than normal, but it's a different system. So in Kenya, what is considered to be a normal range for sugar?
Normal range is from 4 to 5.
From 4 to 5, and you had 22 3 years ago.
I had 22 the first time it was detected.
Wow. Okay.
But after being managed on medication, it ranges between 7 and 9.
I see. So you inject insulin every day?
No, medication.
So no insulin, no injections, yeah?
No insulin yet.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me, and did the doctors ever mentioned fasting during those years, or they never mentioned fasting?
They have never, as I said, the first thing the doctors have told me, and or I knew even before I went to Maseno, is that I should never go hungry. So fasting was like a no-go zone. So even when I was trying the Maseno, I could not tell my doctor that I'm going to do it, try it.
Yeah. And throughout those years, did the doctors recommend that you take any particular kind of diet, or they did not connect it to what you eat?
No, diet. I was told to avoid sugars, like sweet fruits. I should take minimal.
Yeah.
And minimal starch, and a lot of greens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's actually what they and have you throughout the last 3 years, have you changed your diet in any way in order to make it more compatible with this diabetic condition?
Yes, I have.
So
like I avoid rice.
Yes.
And I avoid a lot of starch, and I try to see whether I can take, if it's we here Kenya we have chapatis. I take brown chapatis, and if it's some, I don't know, Frederick maize meal, I take whole and not the fine one. Yeah.
And what?
I've tried to avoid a lot of starch.
Yeah.
And I take a lot of vegetables.
Okay, good. And what about animal products? Do you consume like meat, milk, fish, eggs?
Yes, I do consume those ones, but I'm told to avoid a lot of red meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, and what are your plans for now in the future? Like, what is your next step in terms of fasting, nutrition, and things like that?
My next step is that we've discussed with Frederick. I would want to be trying at least 24 hours a week. Then I'm still planning to go for 9 days.
I
I'll go
see.
back to Maseno for 9 days. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's really cool. Yeah, actually, you can join my group on WhatsApp. I manage a group where we fast 1 day a week, so on a constant basis, 24
Yeah.
hours. So you can get my
I
WhatsApp
can join
number.
that one because having also listened to Maya, I think it's good not to be eating all the days of the week. Even for spiritual reasons, I realized when we were there, I think I had a lot of energy, and I would say I was also happier when and even that day when I thought I would die, I found that I still had the energy.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is really inspiring. Okay, Frederick, so I quite finished with my questions for Hannah. Do you have any more questions, or you want to move on to our next speaker? What are your plans?
Yeah, I think Hannah is very clear. She's finished up with what we really needed to hear. I don't think if we have anybody else who's going to speak now, we just finish up with what Anna said. So Anna, we are only hoping that we finish the process. The fastings are in 3 stages. The first one you are through with, we go to the second one, which is the healing stage with the second acidosis crisis. And then if there will be any other more work to be done, we'll have the last phase of the fast. Yeah, and that is it. That's it. So thank you so much. I know many people will be interested to follow up on your progress. And most important thing is that we are also with you. Don't feel as if you are alone in this, and you are just like a bold person who is coming for the rest of everybody else in the world, so that this fasting can help cure some things that seems impossible in the normal world or conventional world with conventional medicine. So thank you so much, Arik, for organization. I don't have much.
Maybe before you
continue,
wind up, I would want to ask, Arik, from your experience, have you had a diabetic patient who has converted to be a normal person without medication out of your group?
No, like I don't know. I think Frederick or people who do prolonged fasts are more suitable, to ask, because I just manage this group of weekly fasting like once a week, and I have never heard about someone who I knew like personally or through WhatsApp. Of course, there are different stories on the internet, but someone who I knew personally, no, I don't know anyone like that now. Yeah, but also
Thank you.
yeah, but also you better ask, Frederick is in touch with people who do prolonged fasts, and also we have Dr. Filonov who is fasting his patients, so probably they had lots of success stories in this realm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, Frederick, so shall we finish for now, or you have some other speakers?
No, we're not speaking anymore. I think the 2 are enough. But what I wanted to ask you, if it's possible, you share with us the Maseno pictures about that area, because I was trying to share my screen.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So now you can, I gave you the permission of sharing the screen, so you can just share the screen and you just tell us more about the center itself, absolutely. And then we can also talk about how to get there and stuff like that.
Oh. This is Maseno. Can you see?
We can see a little picture of yours, but not the.
My own picture.
Yeah.
Not yet sharing the screen.
I should stop.
I don't think that you are sharing the screen right now. If you
Let
want,
me just
Frederick,
check
I can just show them the pictures that you sent me from my screen, but it will be better if you share yours. So let's see.
I'm trying to share now. Can you see?
It says that you, yes, now we can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the compound. This area is the compound where you can do the grounding, where you can walk. This is the grass you're talking about, the green grass. I hope everybody is able to see this. The best time for this grounding is early in the morning when there's a lot of dew here. This is a place that is well taken care of. It's very clean. We walk barefoot, without shoes, without socks, just barefoot on the ground. And there's also something called, it's called grounding anyway, but then your body now gets connected with the earth directly. There's nothing that now is between you and the earth. So this is very important practice we do early in the morning. I think I've just shared that grounding place. I don't know if I can get another place again altogether.
Yes,
share. This is the room of the hall. Can you see that? This is the hall.
Yes.
Part of the hall. Yeah, this is part of the hall. We may not use it, but we use it. It can only be used when we have so many people at the same time. Okay, another one. Let me get another one. Like that's now the room. In one room, most of them they like putting twin beds, like 2 beds. So, but sometimes depending with you, you can just be alone there in the room. You put your things in the other bed. If you feel like you want to share your room with a person you know very well or my family, no problem. That is it. So I just needed to share only those few. That's enough for now. When you want to come to Maseno, it's just you try to get from Nairobi, you get Kisumu. You get to Kisumu, the next stop is Maseno on your way to Busia. 30 minutes drive from Kisumu. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Frederick, I wanted to ask if there is the best season to come, or you can come all year round.
Yeah, you can come all year round. But now, when you come, when it is, the only difference here is that sometimes it's very hot. Sometimes it's very hot. So it means when you come, we don't do the total prolonged dry fast. There's a wisdom that we have that you will be doing fasting with some breaks. Maybe you can go 48 hours with some breaks. You do a water fast again, some breaks. But even with that hot weather, we have places, we have identified a way of how to survive in it. Walk when it's early in the morning, when it's still cool. Rest during the time that is very hot. If there's need to walk again, if you have not finished with the 10 kilometers, you can finish late in the evening at the cool again of the day. And then we have places where you can hide. You can hide in your room, yes, but you can also hide in the nature, somewhere in the nature, just close to it. You can just be resting there. You put your leg there an entire day. You can just play at a cool place as you wait for the sun to be cooler. Then you make your walk. So walking in the mid of the day, like midday is not good at all. That we not encourage because sometimes it's very hot. We're right in the equator. Yeah.
Yeah. So when is the hottest season in Kenya at that place?
The January month, most of the time, January, February, those 2 months.
So January and February, right?
Yeah. Those are always very hot.
Okay, Frederick. Yeah, and also like we are not going to talk here about price, but I would like to mention that it will be much cheaper probably than going somewhere in Europe or in the United States because of the location. Yeah, so price wise, I think it's going to be really, really affordable.
Very affordable. We remain with whatever I shared with you. It's almost something that anyone can afford, because when you are coming from far, you are coming to fast. Our idea is to assist you to reach your goal. So what you are giving for us is more of what will help us manage you. It's not more of in our minds. We are not there like, okay, this is a profit making. No. We are more of to help you. How do we move from one place to another to come to you where you are? How do we move you from the airport to where we are? How do we move you back to the airport? You want to move from one, somebody has to assist you with massage, somebody has to assist you around the place. So those are the expenses we are taking care of. Plus, it is inclusive with the price we have taking for you. We are not charging it like differently. It's just the same. What you pay once, then it's going to take care of your room as long as you stay within the week that we have agreed on. We have agreed on a 2-week program. If you're coming from far, you should just not come to fast 2 days and then you go. So we'll help you before even you come. Before you come, you even start your journey. You start the preparation where you are already. You can even do a 5 days fast there. So by the time you are coming, we'll guide you. I'll guide you. By the time you are coming here to reach day 9, 10, 11, 12, maximum 11 there. Exactly. So you are coming with the idea of reaching the longer fast, because of their effect, what they do in your body. And then you can rest. You can rest as you are rehydrating and eating and just normal life with guidance, with the right food, and then come and do the next fast if you have enough time. Because I think if you're just coming with the tourist visa, you're allowed here for 90 days. So you can do complete fast. By the time the 90 days are elapsing, maybe by 88 days, you have done all the 3 fasts completely, and you are very okay, and you have confirmed that your body has come back to normal. And you're functioning normally. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So it all depends. Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
You also have hospital around. You have also hospital around if you have issues with worry of hospital. And it's like Anna was able to check her sugar like that from the hospital around there.
Wow.
It's just amazing. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
Amazing. Okay, guys, so just take advantage. If you have any ideas about coming, just contact Frederick. So Frederick, thank you very much for organizing this event. It was really, really special. We had 2 very, very special speakers. And also I personally was really, really happy to hear about your success with this center and about finding the place. So well done. And
Thank
yeah, you. And after the right now, like I'm going to send you the file. You just upload it on your channel on YouTube, and then we will just spread the link. So guys, thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Frederick, and see you later. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 Thank you.